I haven't uploaded a commentary video in like maybe over a month, and so I decided to make this short one and also use my real voice. And this is also unscripted. So, yeah, I'm too lazy to actually use the robot text to speech voice and write a proper script. But, anyways, I'm watching Campfire Cooking in Another World with my absurd skills season 2, and it's just as good as season 1. That's the English name for the anime, by the way. And basically, the gist of the anime, I'm giving spoilers from now on. So if you don't want spoilers, then don't watch after this. But the gist of the anime is that Makoda, he ends up in another world, and I believe he ends up in another world with two other people. I don't remember season 1 because I watched it about 2 or 3 years ago. I believe that's when it came out. When I watched it, or maybe after it came out, meaning like sometime after it came out that I watched it. But I watched season 1 about 2 or 3 years ago, or whenever. But yeah, so Makoda ends up in another world, and again, I believe it's with two other people, and those two other people they get skills related to fighting, but Makoda gets a skill coming to another world related to grocery shopping, and basically what he can do is that he can, I guess, like get food from grocery shops in the human world to this other world that he lives in. So he can basically online grocery shop. He can get like soy sauce and Worcestershire sauce and all these sorts of ingredients and foods like cakes and stuff. And he can get alcohol all from the online grocery shop, and they can teleport from his world, human world, to this other world that he lives in. So in season 1, he's basically just living life, and also in season 2 as well. And then in season 1 he meets this friend here whose name is Fel, who becomes Makoda's familiar, and they journey together. And then later on in season 1 he finds this slime. I don't know how this slime comes about, I don't remember. And then the slime is named Sui, and Sui also becomes Makoda's familiar. And then in season 2 he meets this dragon. I don't know what type of dragon it is. Makoda names it Dora-chan, and he becomes the familiar of Makoda as well. Now the thing about this is that in the anime, Makoto is just living life with these two in season 1, and then in season 2 when he meets them, and then they fight monsters, and then they go on adventures because that's what people do in this anime. They sign up for the Adventures Guild if they want to, I guess, and then they do adventures, and there's different ranks of adventurers: C rank, B rank, A rank, etc. And the higher you are, the much better quests you get, I guess. And also, alongside being an adventurer and doing these things, he cooks delicious meals for these three. And also, these three hunt the meat for him and stuff, and he gets so much of meat that he cooks. Now, there are two things. Now, there are two things that I wonder about this anime. First thing that I wonder about this anime is that how does Makoda know what temperature and how long to cook these meats for? Because these meats include beasts like orcs and dragons, I guess, and some sort of monster or beast that he's never cooked before, because he's lived in the real world eating meats like pig and duck and chicken and beef, I believe so, and these sorts of meats. So how does he know exactly the right temperature and the right time, meaning how long to cook these meats for that he's never seen before, that can be edible? And the second thing that I wonder about it is how are these three able to eat all the food that he makes, because he makes different types of foods, different types of dishes, and not every dish is the same. Sometimes he may cook the same dish because he cannot do another dish because of certain circumstances and reasons, that he cooks the same dish that he's already made before, but he cooks different dishes. So how does the dish that he cook, them three are able to eat it? Because in the for people, regular people, and even like for animals and stuff, they have allergies, they can't eat certain foods, they can't eat certain ingredients, have to stay clear of it. So how are these three able to eat every single food that he makes? Are they similar to humans? Are they similar to animals? What is their gist? What are they most closest to, that this is the case? Because I was wondering, how is it that them three can eat all these ingredients that he puts in the food and all the foods that he makes and enjoys it, and they really love his cooking, for them to actually eat it and not end up getting sick afterwards or something because there's an ingredient in the food that they can't eat. So these are the two things that I was wondering about. And another thing that I realized about this anime is that in the previous episode, I'm watching episode 8. So in episode 7, They go into the street and they buy food. They buy this sort of grill skewer thing from a guy selling it, because usually Makoda is the one cooking food for them every single time, and they never really show them eating from out, meaning like from the area that they went from someplace. So they buy these grill skewers and all of them are eating it, and Dora-chan and Fel and Makoda. So basically, all of them notice that the meat is a little bit tough, but it is still good nonetheless. And this made me realize about Makoda's cooking and why Fel, Sui, and Dora-chan adore it so much. Is I believe so. Is that Makoda gets the skill of grocery shopping for teleporting the ingredients from his world into this other world that he lives in. So that means these ingredients may not actually be available in this world because they are from the real world. So that is Fel, Sui and Makoda. Fel, Sui and Dora-chan eating Makoda's food and cooking and enjoying it so much. It's probably because in this other world, the food here may not be as great as when they as when Makoda cooks, right? So Makoda's cooking may be something really like, oh my god, wow, oh my god, so good compared to the food in the other world. Because as I said, they were eating the grilled skewers and they said it was good nonetheless, even though it was a bit tough. But when they eat Makoda's cooking, they always have something positive to say about it, and they're always like really like they're blushing and they're always enjoying Makoda's food. So I'm guessing it's because the ingredients that he uses and all these things are not really available in the other world. So it's like makes it even more better because Makoda knows what he's doing. He knows the ingredients that he's using. He knows how to cook, and so these ingredients that he gets from his human world makes elevates the dish even more. And I'm guessing that in the other world they don't have sort of these sort of ingredients to elevate dishes, so those types of dishes may come off as just like, not as amazing or flavorful or this extravagant or whatever the right word is as Makoda's cooking, even though Makoda cooking is just regular food in the human world that you can get anywhere, and could be dishes that are just regularly available. So yeah, these are the things that I wanted to talk about the show. And yeah, ignore the fact that my phone camera just keeps moving about because this is unscripted. So yeah.